Welcome to Monte Carlo, famous of course for the Monaco Grand Prix. But this year, Formula One aren't the only people here with cutting-edge technology, super fast response times and ultra-slim design. Because this year, LG are launching their new 55-inch OLED TV.
So George, here we are, sunny Monaco. F1 practice day, we can hear the cars in the background there. We're here for OLED launch. So how does OLED tie in with all that?
Well, LG being a global technology partner of Formula One, we felt it was the perfect launch pad to bring OLED to Europe. And F1 is a sport that requires innovative technology and breakthrough technology, and I think that's the synergy between F1 and OLED. OLED is the most significant breakthrough in TV technology in recent years, and we're delighted to announce that will be coming across Europe in Q4, and to the UK hopefully at the end of July. There'll be selected stores that will be able to give a demonstration to people and available for pre-order. So it's great to be over here, and the weather's beautiful, and obviously we can hear the cars in the background going through the infamous Monte Carlo tunnel.
Last night you gave a presentation. I believe that's the first time you've ever done a presentation like that, and that was with David Coulthard as well. So were you nervous? How did you get on?
Well, no, it's a great honour to be asked by the global team, the LG global team, to deliver the presentation on OLED and to unveil it on behalf of LG was a personally a great honour to be able to do that. It was great just to rub shoulders with Sebastian Vettel and David Coulthard, and just talking to them yesterday. It was great to get some insight into how their technology and how important it is to them. Sebastian Vettel was quoted last night as saying he cannot wait to get the LG OLED into his home, because technology for him in his home is really important to him, and I think that was also a big highlight.
Now, we're in the playground of the millionaires. There's yachts behind us with helicopters on there. It's Monaco. This is a premium product, OLED, isn't it? It's not going to be cheap.
We're so excited about OLED. It is a premium product. It's going to be the flagship LG product of our entire lineup. It's set to become the world's first, the world's largest, the world's slimmest, the world's lightest 3D OLED TV. And I think we're as excited as it seems the whole industry is, as consumers are, as the AV Forums members are going to be so excited about this product. And I think we just can't wait to get people in front of this product in the UK, and just so they can really see the depth of just 4mm, the picture quality on this TV it's just unrivaled. I mean, there's just nothing out there that comes anywhere close to this.
Now the cynics out there are going to say, look guys, we're in the middle of a recession, money's tight, you're releasing this premium product to the market. What would you say to that kind of comment?
I think picture quality can always go to the next level. Design can always go to the next level. No matter what, every year it gets better and better. The technology, the amount of research and developments that we have invested in as a brand over the last 5-6 years has been phenomenal. And I think that's testament to the launch of OLED. OLED being such a premium product, I think that is not going to be a reality for everybody. Let's be honest, it's going to be a very expensive product in terms of at €9,000, but for what you get for that is just a significant breakthrough. And I think as the market for OLED starts to expand, I mean, the global forecast for sales in 2012 is only 50,000 in terms of quantity for the whole entire world, but that's set to rise significantly over the years, and it will start to then replace the conventional LCD LED sets in the future. And I think LG are very much committed to OLED becoming a reality for consumers across a broader scale.
Now, of course, the cynics out there are going to point the finger and say, well, you're only charging that amount of money because you can get away with it. But really what they need to think about is that there's been at least 10 years R&D into this. The yield sizes are not going to be that big to start with on the production line. You're going to throw away probably more than what makes it to market because it's such a new technology. Am I right in that analogy?
Absolutely. The investment that LG has made globally in research and development of OLED has been phenomenal. And I think with any new technology, such as the breakthrough of OLED, it always has that price is going to be a lot higher at that particular launch time. However, in the future, when OLED starts to become around 1.5 the times the cost of a conventional LCD LED set, that's when OLED will really start to take off. And I think as the market starts to expand, hopefully other manufacturers will start to adopt the technology of OLED. But for us, the WRGB technology that adds the white pixel to the conventional 3 colour sets of the RGB, for us, I mean, that enables us to really start to make OLED more competitive. And you know, it's an exciting time, and I think consumers will love it.
And I bumped into a fellow Scotsman here at the LG OLED launch this year, David Coulthard, F1 legend. We'll come to F1 in a second, but I guess our members would be really interested to know, what do you have for your own home entertainment system?
Well, this is where I'm going to really disappoint the people watching, because I actually don't know what I have. I know I have, I'm a little bit spoiled in that I have a few properties dotted around, and all of those properties of course have various forms of entertainment, but I never pay any attention to what is there. I basically, I'm the sort of anti-technology guy in that I want something that works easily, doesn't, you know, I don't need to read the instructions, and therefore I don't even know what I live in Monaco, I don't even know what television I've got hanging on the wall. It's not quite as fancy as the OLED TV, it's a little bit, probably about the same size, but how bad is that I don't know what spec of TV I have hanging on my wall? But well, the thing is, I appreciate and I completely understand, you know, why you would be into that type of technology. But I think because I travel a lot, I end up just sort of issuing instructions and saying, make it work.
But I guess at the end of the day, you know what makes a good picture, and that's what you want at home. You don't care about the name, product name or whatever, as long as it's a good picture and it entertains you.
Well, that absolutely, and you know, looking at this, and we were just chatting before we started filming, that the picture quality now is just incredible, and it's so much better than what I've seen before. So now I get it. Now I get why you would want the latest technology, where previously I don't actually watch a lot of television. It would tend to be more for like the news, or you know, maybe a bit of comedy channel or something like that. So because I'm traveling a lot, then I spend a lot of time with sort of home AV. But maybe when I retire, I'm ready to retire from Formula 1, but maybe when I retire from traveling as much, then this will become a lot more important to me.
I guess you work in a professional environment, a professional TV environment, so I guess you maybe got an eye that you don't realise that you've got the eye for a good image.
I'm certainly learning a lot, especially with the BBC guys, because you're working with very creative production people, and what they know will work in terms of getting the message across and how to present that on the screen. But I guess what they don't have control over is the quality of the televisions that people have in their homes. But it's only when you come to an event like this and you actually see what is possible that it completely changes your view on things. And you know, it's expensive, of course, to have the latest technology, but the quality is definitely there.
Now let's move on to F1, but stay with the technology. Video games are getting so good these days that they're almost up to the standard of the simulators that the guys use off-season. Do you see a day where the consumer is going to get an experience as close as possible to racing around Monaco?
Well, I think visually they can get that experience, there's no question. But what I think they will, excuse me, always struggle to get is the fear factor. You can't crash your simulator, but you can crash your racing car, and that's the key thing which is missing. And you know, flight simulators, I think, are always going to be a lot closer to that sensation of floating on air and presenting the aircraft to the runway than the sort of violence of being in a racing car. It is quite violent in a racing car. There's so many inputs that are coming through the driver, through the seat of the pants, through his neck, through his steering, and you can replicate a lot of those things, but what you can't replicate is 5G of braking force, and you can't replicate the fear of going 170 miles an hour up to Casino Square.
Yeah, we came round there in the bus and that was terrifying enough.
I'm sure. Well, the bus drivers here are crazy, so I don't blame you.
Now, we are in Monaco. Who do you think is the legend on this track? Who do you think is as the one that's absolutely nailed it as a circuit?
Well, the most successful driver was Ayrton Senna, and I think it's fitting that somebody who's considered to be, the best driver or one of the best drivers would have that sort of record around the streets. There's a lot of drivers out there competing this year that have great records and are fantastic drivers, and there's Hamilton, Sebastian Vettel, Jenson Button's won here, Fernando Alonso, Mark Webber's won here. There's so many of those guys. Michael Schumacher, of course, several times, although he's probably more of a long shot to win this.
And I guess when you're talking about Ayrton Senna, you're talking about cars without traction control, without the computers, and all the technology that goes there now. Have the drivers these days lost the art of driving? Is it more the computer that's driving the car?
The technology has aided the driver a great deal, but I don't care whether it's 2012 or 1950 when Fangio won this race. The great drivers are great drivers, and if you put a young, fit Fangio in a modern racing car, he would drive it quickly, in the same way that if you put Sebastian Vettel in a 1950s Grand Prix car at that time, he would drive it quickly. So I think raw talent is there. It's like musicians over the years. Great musicians stand out in their era, irrespective of whether there was sampling techniques, whether they were just doing a cappella or acoustic or whatever it happens to be. So there's certain things you just can't take away from the naturally gifted.
Do you miss it?
No, I don't, because I loved every moment of what I did. I had a fantastic opportunity in my life. As we're from the borders, we know what it's like growing up in that area of the country, and it's for me to make that journey from the southwest of Scotland to travelling the world, competing at the highest level in Formula One. I'm very proud that I had that opportunity. I think I did the best I could with the talent I had, and now I continue my journey as a fan of the sport. I was a fan before. I got one of the best seats in the house when I was a driver, and now I'm a fan today, and I talk about it on BBC television.
And just to wrap up, BBC television, I mean, it's now in HD, and obviously there's the other channel that's doing it in HD. Yeah. Is the consumer now getting closer to the action, do you think?
There's no question. The visuals, the sound quality, all of those things make it more emotion when you're sitting there in your home, and the viewers expect that now, and they deserve that, and it will continue to improve. When we look at this latest technology, the clarity is just incredible. It's quite frightening, actually. I'm not sure I want to see myself on telly with that much clarity. I start to feel comfortable when the sun goes down and they dim the lights. I start to feel good then. So I don't want really too much attention to detail when it comes to myself.
But this OLED technology, it's something special, isn't it?
It's remarkable. And that's the world we live in. It was remarkable when they invented the mobile phone. It was remarkable when smartphones came along. It's remarkable where they're going with the OLED TVs. So man's desire to reinvent and to push the boundaries is just absolutely a fantastic thing. And you're clearly into technology. I've worked in a technology business. I think it's a great way to live your life.
Well, thank you very much, David. We'll let you get back to... there's several more courses to come.
Oh, wonderful.
But thank you very much for joining us in
Thank
AV
you.
Forums.
Thanks very much.
Yes, it is a beautiful day, and yes, we have been treated like film stars. But then again, OLED is a premium product. Now, we'll be getting review samples in the fourth quarter, and we'll be arranging an event for forum members. So join us again soon, and thanks for watching.